Hi, here's a quick video to give you some helpful hints for a couple of the problems from the homework. Let's look at number 2. I want you to notice that I took his advice, here, the little speech bubble guy here. I took his advice and I drew a rectangle. It's not a very good rectangle, but it's a good start. So the width of the rectangle is represented by 5 plus 2y, and the length is twice as long as the width. Which of these is an expression for the perimeter? Select all the correct responses. Okay, now when I drew my rectangle, I drew the bottom side longer and then the side. So it's telling me the length is twice as long as the width. So then the length would be this longer side. So I labeled the width, the shorter side, as 5 plus 2y. It says the length is twice as long as the width. So it means that it is, take this right here, the length of the width, and I'm going to double it. That's 2 times, and I'm sorry for the tapping. So now I have hopefully you can see that that's twice the width. So now that you have the correct side lengths for this rectangle, simplify, write an expression for the perimeter and simplify it and see which of the choices, A, B, C, or D, match what you have. I will give you a hint. There are 2 correct answers for number 2. In this problem, they're giving you an expression that has nothing to do with perimeter, strangely enough. All right, the expression 24y plus 36 represents the cost of a dozen eggs. There are 12 eggs in a dozen. Use factoring to write an expression that is equivalent to 24y plus 36 so that you can know the cost for one egg. So there are 2 reasons why I know 12 is going to be the number that I'm going to factor out of here. One, when I look at the numbers 24 and 36, 24 and 36, both of those numbers are multiples of 12. That's their common factor, 12. The other reason why I know is because I'm trying to find the cost for one egg, and there are 12 eggs in a dozen. So I'm going to think about it like this. If I look at the original expression, 24y plus 36, I can use a factor tree to remember that 12 times 2 is 24, and 12 times 3 is 36. Now I have the common factor of 12, and I can see that. So if I remove the common factor of 12, I would be left with 2y over here and just 3. So that would leave you with 2y plus 3. So if that's the case, see if you can decide what's the cost for one egg. The last hint I'm going to give you is for number 6, and it involves this table. So Roberto examines several geometric figures. The length of each side is 2d minus 7 feet. So using the following table, write the number of sides and 2 different expressions to find the perimeter of each figure. So what all of these shapes have in common is that their side length is 2d minus 7. So just to help wrap my head around it, I'm going to draw a sketch of the simplest of the figures in the table, which was the triangle. So I drew a triangle with all the sides labeled as 2d minus 7. So a triangle has 3 sides. If each of the 3 sides were all 2d minus 7, then that would mean the perimeter would be 3 times 2d minus 7. And then I could simplify that by using the distributive property and getting 6d minus 21. Because 3 times 2 and 3 times 7, and subtract to the middle. The only way, so I'm going to help you here is to make sure you know all the different sides. So you probably know an octagon has 8 sides and a square has 4 sides. So you will do the perimeter part the same way. If you need to draw a picture for some of the simpler ones, then do that, but hopefully you'll kind of see a pattern after a while. But just in case you didn't know, a pentagon has 5 sides, and a hexagon has 6 sides. So now that you know the number of sides and all these shapes, draw a few if you need to help you write the perimeter. I would say for the expression number 1, that you write it in factored form and then use the distributive property to write expression number 2. And then hopefully you'll see a pattern and this problem become more easy for you. I hope this video helped. Thanks.